quick disclaimer, y'all. I am not good at editing at all. But I did try to put some graphics in there just so that y'all could get a visual. So please keep that in mind, and I hope y'all give me a pass for that. Hey, you all. So I wanted to do a quick upload about something that has happened to me in this month of April, and it started like in the beginning of this month, and I think that it's really important for me to share this because I think it's a really good lesson and examples of how much we need to stay by God and not stray away from him. And a lot of us, it's not that we stray on purpose, but we allow ourselves to get distracted, and then we're not putting God first. And that's kind of what happened to me, because starting the beginning of this month, I have really been, I'm not going to say obsessing over RVing, because I plan on selling my house and getting an RV and living in it full time. So my mind has been totally taken with trying to learn about the RV life, trying to learn what type of chassis to buy and what size and all that. And every single day I had been on YouTube watching video after video after video. And then on top of that, my former relationship came into my life and started distracting me with because him and I would text all day long. So it was a lot of distractions, and I feel like God really did something to wake me up and snap me out of that and get me back on track. And he really, I believe he allowed something to happen to me that would probably freak a lot of people out. But before I talk about that, I wanted to tell you guys about some dreams that I have been getting from the enemy. And one of them was, it's probably maybe a couple weeks ago or so. I was asleep in bed, and I got a dream that I was down in my basement, and I was watching a YouTube video of this guy. He had like blonde curly hair, and I was watching him on my phone because like a YouTube video. I was watching him, and he was singing and like a rock song, and all of a sudden he started singing something very demonic, and his mouth opened up really big. And as soon as I realized it, I started repenting to God for watching it. So I started walking up the stairs from out of my basement. And I heard a voice whisper in my ear, 6, 6, 6. So even having that dream, not that I forgot it. I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that I had that dream, but I still was consumed with other things like the RVing and my former relationship, and it really didn't change my behavior at all. So the following week, I got another dream, and this one really had my heart pounding at the end of it. And I was laying in bed, and then there was a man standing at the foot of my bed. He was showing me all these supernatural tricks that he was doing with demons. And then he got closer to me and still continued to do supernatural tricks, thinking that was going to impress me, or I don't know what he was thinking, but I started rebuking him for doing that with the demons. And as soon as I started doing that, I was supernaturally yanked out of my bed. So after I was yanked out of my bed supernaturally, I was placed in the center of the room, suspended in air. And I believe that my arms were out like a crucifix pose, and I was being forced to spin like that in the middle of the room, like that. And I was going so fast with such great force that my left pocket started filling up with air and ballooning. And it's so weird because it's like I could feel the wind and the force of it. I was eventually let down, and then I asked the man in the room, I asked him, did the demons leave? And he said yes. And then he and I started talking about the KJV Bible. We started talking to the Bible. And as soon as I started talking about him and I started talking about the Bible that he said was laying in the hall, he said he had a KJV Bible laying in the hallway. But as soon as we started talking about that, I woke up. But even with that dream, the second week, I still was so consumed with my RVing, my looking at all the other videos and my former relationship. I still did not get the hint. I mean, I knew I was being attacked, but I wasn't going into battle mode. I was still doing what I wanted to do. Now, I still had 2 more attack dreams on this one. One of them I'm not going to tell you guys because I just don't want to, because it's not something I want to talk about. But I'll tell you about the other one. The other one is, I'm not going to tell you the full dream for time's sake. But anyway, I was being chased in the woods by evil. And I knew I was being chased, and they're trying to chase me and capture me. And as I was running, I was also being shown an image of a lion, and on this lion had the satanic the satanic pentagram on the lion. And so I'm still running, and then finally evil catches up to me. This guy he was actually a demon in human form, had me pinned up against the wall. And he told me, keep in mind, I didn't say anything about God or Jesus in this video. I'm sorry, not in the video, in the dream. I didn't say anything about God or Jesus. I was just running for my life from evil. And he caught up to me. He pinned me up against the wall, and he told me, stop talking about Christ. So I took his threat of him trying to tell me, a demon from my dream, trying to give me a message for the natural, for me to stop talking about Christ. And as soon as that demon had me pinned up against the wall, I started saying, Jesus saves, get saved by Jesus, get saved. I was saying stuff like that. So, but I knew that in the dream, he meant speaking it to people. Because like I said, in the dream, I hadn't said anything to incite him to say that to me. So that's why I feel like it was a message that he was bringing to me, just in general, in the natural. Now, with all that, I still did not get the hint, and I still continued doing my thing of looking at videos of other things not pertaining really to God. And with my former relationship, him and I were just texting back and forth all day long. That's it. But so I still did not get it. And so this is not a dream. This is real. So I feel like, my opinion, that God really tried to get my attention on this last one. And normally, I'm a massage therapist, as most of you all know. And before my shift, I usually go in my room and I pray for everyone. I pray for against the enemy. I pray that the Lord, that Jesus is, presence is in my room. I'm always praying. But I had been so consumed with the RVing and my retirement and stuff like that, that I didn't pray in my room, in my massage room for 2 days. And so because I would wait too long to pray because I was so busy being on my phone. So the first day I started massaging, and I massage it. It's in a dark, dim room. So I'm massaging, and of course you don't talk because people want to relax. They don't want to talk to you. So I'm massaging, and all day long I see demons in my room. All day long. They know I can see them, and I feel like they were taunting me. As I was like massaging. One came and flew underneath my arms as I was massaging. I would see them fly over my clients' legs, up past their shoulders and their head. Oh my gosh, y'all, if y'all could see in the supernatural, y'all would totally freak out, because I'm telling you, they're all around us. And like flies on a baby's poopy pamper. They are following us, and especially if you're working for the Lord, they are on you. But but all day long, I was like, oh my gosh, they were just constantly pew, 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 trying to get as close to me, trying to let me know just how close they're allowed to get to me. It's like they were taunting me. Like I said, they know I can see them. So they were taunting me. And I feel like God lifted up his hand just a little bit, just so he could kind of wake me up and say, hey, Casey, while you're buried your face in your phone on RVing and retirement and with your former relationship that will never work out, this is what's going on around you. And I believe that, that's what God was trying to tell me. I don't think he would do that for everybody, but I believe he knows I can handle that, because he who's in me is greater. So I'm not going to flinch. We should not be flinching when we see see the enemy. God does not want us to flinch, y'all. So no, because I told my daughter about it, and she was like, aren't you scared? I was like, no, I'm not. But like I said, so the next day, I didn't pray again. You would think I would, but I forgot. And I started massaging. Same thing. It was like fireworks of demons in my room. So saints, we have always got to stay suited up. And not allow the energy leverage on us and keep us distracted, because he knows how to work us. And I almost was gonna put out a video on Saturday telling you all I wasn't gonna make any uploads, because I feel like my channel hasn't really been growing. I have low view counts. I don't know how many subs I have, because I don't look at my subs, so I don't know what's going on there. But so I just been feeling kind of like, well, my channel's not really growing. Why keep going? But but at the same time, I know that's what the enemy wants. So the people that want to watch will watch. People that don't. And if it's 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, it is what it is.